Hello there, time for another game review now, and we're going to go for a MAD release, and it's called Angle Ball, some kind of hexagonal pool game. Let's see what it's like, shall we? Alright then, let's take a look at the packaging for Angle Ball. As you can see, the front cover's got the Angle Ball logo with the inverted A on it for some reason, and a picture of two characters who look a bit like robots and don't look very well either, playing pool on this weird hexagonal table, which based on this diagram seems to have uneven sides, which I don't think is possible with a hexagon. There you go. It is a MAD release, as you can see there, and the logo is repeated on the spine. And on the back we've got some screenshots which don't look very interesting because they're just the same one of the hexagonal pool table, and lots of info about the game. Take a new look at life with Angle Ball, a traditional game of pool played on an amazing, unique hexagonal table. Okay. And if we take a look inside, we've got the usual stuff: playing instructions, screen description, how to take a shot, always useful to know, and lots of instructions, as we can see. Frame design, including the packages of frame design, enable you to tailor frames to your own requirement. Make them as easy as hard as you like. Okay. Don't really know what that means exactly, but there you go. And it tells you what the controls are. Space to fire, which firing in a pool game sounds a bit of an interesting description. And then that's your lot really. It's just the usual stuff inside the back cover about the other great Mastertronic games from 199 and so on. So here we have the title screen. Pretty straightforward stuff. Don't know who decided that the font for most of the text should be a mixture of yellow and red. That looks horrendous. They need their eyes testing. Anyway, so we've got options of a 1 or 2 player game, player versus computer, frame designer, which I'm not going to bother with, and starting the game. So let's have a game against the computer, shall we? Player 1, please chalk up. That actually means enter your name. Novice, amateur or expert. I think we'll go with novice. Okay, so here's the layout of the balls. I presume, I haven't read the instructions, I don't care that much. I presume you've got to put the balls in order. So the cursor moves the position of where you want to hit the ball. You press fire and you can then put spin on the ball. So let's put some back right spin on there. And then you press fire again, and then that lets you draw the cue back, which you can see on the right hand side there, for the power. Let's go about half power and see what happens. And I potted the ball. As you can see, not much in the way of sound effects, just a clunking sound when you hit the ball. So looks like it's my go again, as you'd expect if you pot one. So we'll basically try the same again, but with a little bit more power this time, I think. That stopped it dead. So I put back spin and right spin on it and it stopped the ball dead, which is interesting. Okie dokie, let's go again. A little bit straight onto this one now. Let's just try it with no spin at all. In fact, let's put a bit of top spin on it and see what happens. And a little bit more power. Oh, I'm cannonballing all over the place now. It's going to make it rather tricky to pop ball number 4 now. Let's try a rebound shot off the cushion then. It'll never work, I'm sure of it. Let's just give it a good hard whack and see what happens. Yeah, missed totally. I assume that'll be a foul or a miss or something. This is the computer's go now then. He nearly potted 2 with 1 hit there. Oh, that white's going in though. Foul. So you can see the graphics are pretty basic. It's just the... Oh, I've won. That was easy. I don't really know what happened there. As I was saying, the layout of the table's pretty straightforward. The graphics are very basic. They're just circles on a green background, as you'd expect. Looks like the computer got to go first that time then. Looks like it's my go again now, so let's try and get this one without hitting that number 2. So let's put a little bit of right hand spin on and not too much power. There we go, nice and easy. I hit the ball there and it didn't move at all, the number 2 ball. Let's see about getting that into this pocket in the middle now. No spin. Nope, missed. Terrible sound effects really. No way indicates the clunking of 2 snooker or pool balls together. And on it goes. So I'm now on my 3rd table, 3rd round, whatever you want to call it, and so far I've won the first 2. The second one I won on the basis as the computer missed first, and we both missed 3 shots in a row, and if you miss 3 shots then basically it's game over. The first person to miss 3 loses, it seems. So I'm going to try a shot off the cushion here. Wish me luck. Don't know what I'm doing with the spin at all. Give it a whack. Oh, that's totally wrong. I could be in trouble this frame now. I'm not sure this game's going to last much longer because I'm totally bored already. My feeling about computer games that are based on games like pool and darts is that why would you want to play them on a computer when it's so easy to go somewhere and play the real thing? There's nothing quite like playing it for real. It just doesn't. There's no way of recreating the feeling of hitting a snooker ball or pool ball in the right way and potting it. It just doesn't give any kind of thrill. So I'll carry on with this just to see how I get on with this frame. I mean the physics of it don't seem too bad. It rebounds quite nicely off the cushions, a bit too quickly maybe. But that's not too bad as a interpretation of playing the game of pool. It's not too bad, and the fact that it's a hexagonal table makes it a little bit more interesting than your average pool simulation. But it's just not very interesting, really. Just got away with not putting the white there. So I'm not entirely sure how, but I managed to win the 3rd frame as well. So I'm now 3-0 up, and the computer's just potted the 8 ball first, which seems to have given me some points for some reason. The game continues, but I won't be continuing it for much longer because it's not very interesting, as I mentioned. So this was a mad release. So the question is, was it worth $2.99 at any point? I'm going to say no. Not a bad interpretation of pool, but why would you want to spend $2.99 on a pool simulation when at that point in time you could have gone down to a pool hall or somewhere and probably played 15 games of pool for £3? So I think that would be a much better way to spend your money.